You are listening to Bhagavad Gita for All, a practical guide for everyday life. A lecture series by Nala Narula. Chapter 9, Most Confidential King of Knowledge.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Last time we had completed text 28 of chapter 9 of the Bhagavad Gita. And I'd like to take the continuity from 27, 28. They are following each other. So text 27 was Yat kuroshi yad ashnasi yad juhosi dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Son of Kunti, all that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as any austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering to me. And 28th text is Shubha Shubh Phaler Evam Mokshyase Karma Bandhanay Sanyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimuktu Mam Upeshyasi. In this way, by doing this, you will be freed from all reactions to the good and the evil deeds. In other words, from binding consequence karma. The reactions of good and evil deeds are binding consequence karma. And by this principle of sannyas, bondage, karma bandhane, bondage of karmic consequences, and sannyas, renunciation, yoga of yukta atma. So this is renunciation in linking with Krishna. So this is called Yukta Vairagya, linked renunciation. And this is very, very important, because initially we are not so clean, so pure to have unconditional loving energies for Krishna. But if we are somehow linked to Him through His energies, and we do our work in that consciousness, and we cover all our activities with those energies, for example, of Reiki and of the KQ force, then we become liberated, because we are automatically offering to Krishna even though we are not consciously doing it. Not with that idea till this point in time when your knowledge has been upgraded. Because in Reiki we are offering things, requesting Reiki to make things healed, whole and complete. And everything that we are doing, we are expressing our gratitude and requesting that we get free from binding consequence karma. Krishna says He is the only one who can actually do this through His energies, whether it is chanting the Maha Mantra, whether it is following a Brahminical path, by whatever name called, whether you call it Brahmin, whether you call it Reiki, whether you call it the KQ force, these are all Brahminical energies. There are unlimited amount of spiritual energies. There is no limit. Krishna is unlimited. His energies are unlimited. They act in slightly different ways. But here we have the understanding right from beginning that Reiki is going to free you from binding consequence karma, which has been our teaching for over 25 years. Master Yusui taught the same way. So how is this possible? This is possible only if these energies are Krishna's energies. And we have seen the actions and reactions to that, where we see no reason to doubt that what the previous masters have said in this topic, we see no reason to doubt that. And this is a very important understanding. At the end of it, you become liberated, vimukta, and then mam upeshyasi, you will come to me. You will attain to me. You will find me. So it's a process. So you go through the process, and then ultimately you find Krishna. So there is nothing wrong or nothing illegitimate, so to speak, or incorrect about approaching the Brahminical energy of Reiki and the KQ force, and through that approaching Krishna. So that is a very, very clear-cut understanding. Then we have text 29. Samoaham sarvabhutesu na me dveshyo asti na priya ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mai te tesu cha apyaham. So sama aham sarvabhuteshu. I am equally disposed to all living entities. Na me dveshya asti na priya ye. But I am not anybody's enemy and I am not anybody's friend. I don't have dvesh or hateful energies towards anybody, nor do I have nor do I have any dear ones. But ye bhajanti tu me mam bhaktya mai te tesu cha api aham. But those whosoever render service to me in devotion is a friend, is in me, and I am also a friend to him. So what does that mean? That those who render devotional service to me, I am in them and they are in me. Now, we know that the Paramatma fraction of the divine is already within every living entity. It becomes awakened. It becomes a two-way street. You can have a conversation, you can have an interaction. And he is looking after your interest. Earlier he has said that I will carry to you what you don't have and I will make sure you have what you need and I will preserve and protect what you have. So Krishna is repeating here, I don't envy anybody, I am not hateful towards anyone, nor am I partial towards anyone. I don't have partiality. I am equal to all, but those who are rendering service to me in devotion is a friend. So what does friend mean? Friend means, actually the word is priya, dear, not exactly friend. But it is a statement that shows equality. Because friendship can be only between equals. So here Bhaktivedanta Swami has used the word friend, and we will check also what have the other acharyas said about this in text 29. Just to go back to that. Actually the previous acharyas have not used the word of friend. They have used the word that he reciprocates with equality. That is the equal meaning. That he is reciprocating with equal affection and it is fulfilling particular requirements and needs. So if you offer loving service to him, he will reciprocate. So this is a reciprocatory system. And he detoxifies any ego aspect of it or any contamination that may come from the ego of being a controller and so on. So text 29 is, I envy no one, I am not partial to anyone, I am equal to all. But whosoever renders service to me in devotion is in me and I am in them and I reciprocate equally. So you may consider that as a friendship position. So you must understand why friendship, because he is equally reciprocating. So there are different bhavs or moods or mellows in which we can associate with Krishna. The Shantaras, then there is the Dasya Ras. Shant is neutral, Dasya is servant, and which is a safe idea to think that you are a servant of Krishna. Then it goes to friendship, then there is a Vatsalya, parental mood, and then there is the conjugal relationship, Madhurya Leela, Madhurya mood. So it is safe to consider oneself as not as an equal, but as a reciprocating friend or as a servant of Krishna. So even with servants, Krishna is reciprocating in a very friendly way. Then we have text 30, very important understanding, which can be misinterpreted in many ways, but let's study this. Api chet suduracharu bhajate maam ananya bhak sadhureva sam mantavya samyag vyavyasito hi saha. So api che suduracharu bhajate maam ananya bhak. So in spite of committing sudurachar, achar means actions and sudura means abominable, bad actions, most bad action. If the person bhajate maam ananya bhak, if he is without deviation engaged in devotional service to me, sadhu eva sa mantavya samyak vyavasitah hi sa. He is still to be considered saintly. Why? Because he is properly situated. Vyavasita, because he is completely situated in devotional service to me. Now what does this mean? Does this mean we can freely commit all kinds of abominable actions, nonsensical actions on the strength of this? Not really. But what he's indicating here is that on the path you are going to have a clearing, an aspect of clearance of your past tendencies. So you may be karmically inclined to do certain things which are abominable, which are bad, which are reprehensible, for which you may feel guilty, you may feel, oh, this is very bad, I did. Or at that time you felt, I'm helpless, I have to do this. The urge to do this is very strong. So even such a person may commit the most abominable action. He may destroy the world, but still, if he is engaged in devotional service to Krishna, he is considered to be saintly because he is properly situated. And if he continues to do that, gradually he will come to the point of purification and he will rectify. So these fall downs, or you can say forays into wrongdoings, contaminations, will not stop him. Even a yogi can fall down, but if he is still engaged in the service of Krishna, he can continue, because material nature is very strong. So the solution for that is that you do your healing on a daily basis, and you follow the methodology and you chant the Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That is the sound vibration which purifies your hearing and your mental condition directly, because the sound vibration is non-different from Krishna's energy, the Reiki vibration is non-different from Krishna's energy, and if you are placing it in all your chakras, that is purification. And following the right action is gradually coming to the point of following more and more right action. So then there is no loss. So this is a very important understanding. So he says, Sa mantavya samyak vyavasita hi sa. He is to be considered. He is not doing those actions that are normally associated with a saintly person, but he must be considered to be a saintly person. Why? Because he is following the path, he is rightly situated, and that is his strength. So therefore we also advise you not to criticize other healers or other spiritual people for this reason only, that you do not know how advanced somebody may be, you cannot judge his actions and should not. If it's disturbing you, you should stay away from that person. That's about it. Then we have text 31. Shipram bhavati dharma atma shashvat shantim nigacchati kaunteya pratijanahi name bhakta pranashyati. Kshipram bhavati, very quickly he becomes dharmatma, righteously placed on the path of dharma. His soul comes to its rightful place by purification, following these methods. Shashvat shantim, to get everlasting peace. Nigacchati kaunteya, he will therefore he will attain this. And pratijanihi, you make it known, you declare this. Pratijanihi. Declare this as a law or as a conclusion. Na me bhakta pranashyati, my devotee never perishes. Anyone who is a devotee of mine will never be destroyed, and he will continue. He cannot be finished. So if somebody falls down, then there are certain purifications to be done, and that is done by following these methods of chanting the Mahamantra, of doing your healing. That is the only solution. So we have advised you earlier in the form of what to do, for example, if you commit offense towards a person who is spiritually advanced. You can only go there in the processes that have been taught to you, ask for forgiveness and just redouble your healing efforts. So that is the same thing, that you are continuing on the path with the healing energy. Don't drop the healing energies. Don't say that, I did all this and still I am not able to make it. I'm still not able to stop myself. Give it time and soon you will. So the game is not over. You must continue the healing. It's a process. So a process takes time. Then we have text 32. Mam hi partha vyapashritaya ye api syu papayona striya vaishya tata shudra te api yanti param gatim. Mam hi partha vyapashritaya. Those who take shelter of me, anyone, whether they are coming from a papa yoni, born of a lower womb. A lower womb means people who may be born of a lower family, may be born of prostitutes, drug addicts, people who are considered to be lower in society, beggars, all that class of people, or any other position they have taken in life. They are unfortunate in some way. They have some misfortune. What does misfortune mean? It is the result of their negative karma. So even if they are born of such lower families, or we are talking about women and the mercantile people, the traders, the business people, the Vaishya. Tatha Shudra, the lower class of people, the laborers, the helpers, te api yanti param gatim, they also will get to me. I am not partial to anyone. Now why is he talking about women, Shudras, and the lower birth people in the same category? It is because there is a lack of understanding of these topics. It's not that they are lower. It is that their understanding factor is not there. Women, for example, have a tendency to accumulate. They have a tendency to store. They are attracted to material strength, and they want to make sure that they are well taken care of. If they have children, they are well taken care of. They are looking for the best possible husband who can provide that. Nothing wrong with that. It is just that they are oriented in that direction. And the business people, well, they are cheaters mostly. They have to do some cheating business. So that is considered not such an up and up activity. It's not very high class. But it is understood that they are cheaters. They are going to tell you this thing is costing so much. I'm making no profit, madam. For you, special bag. I'm giving you at lower price. Actually it is coming from some knockoff factory. Whatever they are doing, all those fakes they give you. Or they, play to your ego position. So women are also, you can say, very easily fooled, gullible. They are very trusting. So that is sometimes a big problem. The cheaters will cheat them in any case. Cheaters will cheat anybody they can cheat. But women are easy targets. Because they have a desire to get, take hold of things which are really not very useful. It's just a branding exercise for many things that's in one direction. But mainly The point being that the women are accumulative in nature, they are home-oriented, they are nurturers, so they need that in their life, so their whole focus becomes oriented in that direction. So it excludes then many other possibilities of renouncing or stepping away. Okay? So this is not a racist statement, it is a understanding. Prabhupada has also mentioned that even the lowest of the low, in the lowest, the chandals, the people who eat dogs, dog eaters, swapacha. So those who are swapacha and the people who eat dogs also, even they can get liberation. What to speak of other kind of meat eaters? So the modes of passion, ignorance, goodness, mixtures, the ignorant aspect is stronger in the Vaishyas and the passion is stronger in the administrators, and goodness of course is stronger in the Brahmins and so on. Those who are born in sinful families are socially not accepted generally by society. They're saying this is a low class person. It has nothing to do with casteism, it's just society's way of saying, oh, these people, they are not of our standard, they are not of our class. So they are, even those people are not rejected by Krishna. Society may reject them, Krishna rejects no one. So that is the clear-cut understanding. Text 33. Kim puna brahmana punya bhakta rajarshya tatha anityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. Kim puna brahmana punya. Then, compared to this, how much greater than are the Brahmins? The punya, the righteous, the bhaktas, the devotees, and the rajarshyas, the saintly kings. Tatha nityam asukham lokam imam prapya bhajasva mam. That even they are in this temporary, miserable, tukhalaya world of misery, they still engage in loving service to me. So under all material circumstances, people who are knowledgeable and who are inspired, who have the understanding, the Brahmins, the righteous, the devotees, the saintly rulers, they are all engaged in loving service to me, without fade, without stopping. So then they go back very quickly to Krishna. Then text 34, Manvana bhava mad bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi yuktaivam atmana mat parayana. Matmana bhava mat bhakta. Always thinking of me. The mind is focused on me. So he's saying, Madmana bhava, become focused in mind on me, become my devotee, offer your obeisances, worship me, and serve me, and become completely linked, yuktevam, atmanam matparayana, devoted to me, you become, and when you do that, then you are not lost. You are always coming back to Krishna. So this is very, very important understanding. This is the bottom line. He has earlier said, Yad namaskuru, yad yadhosi, yad dadasi, yad, whatever you do, whatever you offer to me. And now he is repeating the bottom line of how you can attain to Krishna, the most confidential king of knowledge of chapter 9. Manmana bhav bhakto mad yaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi yuktaivam atmanam mat parayana. So always engage yourself in thinking of me, worshipping me, offering your respects, namaskuru, offering your obeisances to me, and surrender to me completely by doing these things without deviation, without going anywhere else, exclusive service to me, exclusive connection to me, then yuktva evam, being absorbed in that, atmanam, your soul becomes devoted to me and comes to me. Mat parayana. Then the soul is under my shelter, he is devoted to me, and he is coming to me. So there is that is the final conclusion of the 9th chapter of the most confidential knowledge, the king of knowledge, the king of education. Text 34. That is the conclusion of chapter 9. So we will stop here today. This is the completion of chapter 9, and if there are any questions, if anybody wants to ask a question, I will take a few questions. So if there are no questions, then we will conclude here today. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
You've been listening to Bhagavad Gita for All, a lecture series by Nalan Narula. Chapter 9, Most Confidential King of Knowledge.